Welcome back in the lecture series on topic chemical thermodynamics. Today we will discuss about properties of system. In last lecture we have studied important concepts in thermodynamics such as what is meant by system, surrounding, then boundaries, different types of boundaries. Also we have studied the types of systems such as open system, closed system, isolated system, and scope and limitations of thermodynamics. And in limitations of thermodynamics, we have studied that thermodynamics deals with macroscopic properties of system. That means macroscopic system means a system which involves a large amount of atom, ion or molecule, that is matter, and properties due to their behavior in bulk are called as macroscopic properties. So properties of system which arises from the bulk behavior of matter are called macroscopic properties, such as volume of matter, pressure of matter, or temperature of the system. All these are macroscopic properties of the system. And these macroscopic properties are classified into two types. That is, according to their dependence on amount of substance present in the system. And these two types are extensive property and intensive property. Those properties of system which depends upon amount of substance or size of the system, that are called as extensive properties. And intensive properties means those properties which does not depend upon or which are independent of amount of matter present in the system, that are called as intensive properties. So let us study first about extensive property. Extensive properties means a property of a system which depends on the amount of matter present in the system. It is called as extensive properties whose values depends upon the amount of matter. Now such properties are first, that is volume. See here in this beaker, if you take a 500 ml water and if you transfer half the quantity of this water into this beaker, then it becomes what? 250 ml. So quantity becomes half, therefore volume becomes half, mass of this water also becomes half. So it depends upon what? Amount of matter present in the system. So extensive properties depends upon quantity or size of the matter, and their value changes if the size and quantity of matter is changed. See here, the volume of 1 mole of gas at STP condition is equal to 22.4 dm cube. Then volume of 2 moles of gas, hydrogen gas, it becomes double, that is 44.8 dm cube. So it is what? Volume is the extensive property as it depends upon the amount of matter present in the system. Now mass is also this extensive property. A small sample of certain type of a matter, it will have a small mass, and large sample will have greater mass. For example, see here three samples are there. The size of this sample of the same matter, and here the size of the sample is very small, whereas size of this sample is larger. So as size change, amount of the substance also changes, volume also changes, and therefore mass also changes. Mass of this sample is 1 kg, whereas mass of this sample is 2 kg, and mass of this larger, having large volume and large quantity, its mass is how much? 3 kg. So mass is also, it depends upon the amount of substance. So it is an extensive property. So here is the list of some extensive properties such as volume, mass, length is also extensive property, width is also like extensive property, surface area, heat capacity, number of moles, energy, all these are what? The extensive property. And the second type of property of system is what? Intensive property, which depends upon external fact, which does not depend upon external factors, that is amount of substance. For example, the definition of this intensive property is a property of a system which is independent of the amount of matter present in the system, that is called as a intensive property, whose values does not depend upon the amount of substance, and these are independent of size of the system. For example, see here, two beakers are there. One contain 1 liter water and the second beaker contain 500 ml water. Now both have the same boiling point, whether the water is 1 liter or water is 500 ml. Boiling point of water is same, that is 100 degree Celsius. It does not depend upon the volume or quantity or amount of substance, and therefore it is what? Intensive property. So temperature, pressure, color, viscosity, density, surface tension, boiling point, melting point, pH of the substance, normality of a solution, that is concentration, molarity of the solution, vapor pressure, freezing point, all these are the examples of intensive property. These properties does not depend upon the amount of substance. Freezing point of water, 100 ml water, 1000 ml water and 500 ml water is same. Boiling point of these two water is same. pH of the water is also same. So all these are what? Intensive properties. Density of 1 liter of water is 1 gram per ml, or if you take 100 liters, then also the density of water is 1 gram per ml. So it does not depends upon what? The amount of substance. Color also does not depend upon the amount. If you take 1 gram of gold or 1 kg of gold, the color of the gold is same, that is yellow. Or copper, if you take 10 gram of copper or 1 kg of copper, color remain as it is, that is reddish brown. Here silver has a grey color, lead has a bluish white color. Color does not changes. Or taste is also a intensive property. If you take 10 liter of sugar solution, then its taste is sweet. Or if you take 1 spoon of sugar solution, then also it is what? It has a same taste. So taste will not change. That means what? It is a intensive property. Or electrical conductivity. If you take a very small piece of the copper wire, then its electrical conductivity is same as the entire roll of the wire. So it does, electrical conductivity is the property of copper metal itself. It does not depend upon the length of the wire. So electrical conductivity is also a intensive property. Here is some list of some properties. Intensive properties are there: pressure, temperature, boiling point, melting point, density, color, taste, then hardness, concentration, molar heat capacity. That is on any specific property. Heat capacity is extensive property, but molar heat capacity is for 1 mole, and therefore it is what? It is a specific property, and therefore 1 molar volume, molar mass, molar heat capacity, all these are what? If extensive property is specified for specific amount, then it is what? The intensive property. Remember this point. And now we will discuss in detail the difference between the extensive property and intensive property. So suppose here this container is there, and in this container a gas is enclosed. N moles of certain gas are enclosed in this container, and the gas has a pressure, a temperature T, and a volume V, and N is the number of moles present in this container. Now if you make a partition in this container in such a way that volume becomes half, that is, the subsystems are made here, and each part of this container has volume half. Number of moles becomes also half, but temperature remain as it is. Here this part also has volume half, then number of moles becomes half, but temperature does not become half. Temperature remain as it is. That means what? If a system is divided in half, the extensive properties such as mass, volume, then number of moles, these are divided in half, and intensive properties such as density, temperature, pressure, they remain same in each sub part of the system or subsystem. So I think you understood this concept well. Now the next part, that is, if you want to distinguish these properties, then you have to remember 4 points. And in entrance exam, many times questions are also asked on this extensive and intensive properties. So to identify extensive and intensive property, you have to note down these points. The first point which you have to remember, that is what? Extensive properties are additive properties. That means what? See here. Here 3 beakers are there. This first beaker contain 100 ml water. Second beaker contain 200 ml water. And the third beaker contain 200 ml water. Now if you pour the water from all these beakers into this big container, that is beaker, then the volume becomes 500 ml. So 200 plus 100 plus 200 plus 200, that becomes equal to 500. So our volume is the additive property. Extensive properties are additive. You can add it. But intensive properties are not additive. That means what? If this water has temperature 25 degrees Celsius, this water sample has also temperature 25 degrees Celsius, and this water has also temperature 25 degree Celsius. Then the water which is present in this container has temperature not 75 degrees Celsius, but this container also has water temperature of this water in this container is also equal to 25 degree Celsius. So temperature is not the additive property. It is an intensive property and it is not additive. You cannot add. Or suppose here the density of this water is 1 gram per ml. Then density of this water is also 1 gram per ml, and this water sample is also 1 gram per ml. So it is not equal to 3 gram per 3 ml. It is what? The 1 gram per ml. So this is what the about extensive property and intensive property. On that basis also you can identify extensive and intensive property. So these are the 2 most important points, that is extensive properties are additive whereas intensive properties are not additive. Third point which we have to remember, that is ratios of two extensive properties is an intensive property. For example, see here. Extensive divided by extensive is equal to intensive. For example, density. Mass is an extensive property. Volume is also an extensive property. And ratio of mass and volume is intensive property, that is density. So ratio of two extensive property is an intensive property. Remember that. Then force. Another example. Force is extensive property. Area is also extensive property. And ratio of force and area is equal to pressure, which is what? Intensive property. So remember this point. Then the fourth point, that is the extensive property into intensive property is always extensive property. For example, volume. Volume is extensive property, but pressure is intensive property. And product of extensive and intensive property is always extensive. Work is what? Extensive property. And work is equal to volume into pressure. Therefore, to extensive property into intensive property is always extensive property. Another example, that is mass. Mass is extensive property, but acceleration is intensive property. And mass into acceleration is equal to force, which is an extensive property. So by this, if you remember all these points well, then you can solve easily the questions asked in entrance as well as in board exam on this point. So thank you